Hello, and welcome back to Wasted. I'm Jade Star, joined as always by my very favorite friend, who's the very model of spherical arranged snow, Olish.
Hello.
Today, we are going back down into the generators. Last time, it was a little bit rough, full of spumin, but got a better feeling about it today, and we're a little bit more prepared. Of course, first, we need a cocktail.
Here's what we've got on tap today.
It's not a good today special.
No.
Great, what'll it be today? And your mixer? Good so far. How do you want that prepared?
Oh, this is our first cannibal style, I think.
My pleasure. Here you go. All right.
Told you about it
Here
last
you go.
video.
Yeah.
Bottoms up.
Hello, and welcome back to Getting Wasted and Wasted. I'm Jade Star. Cat, and today we're going to make a classic cocktail, the Negroni. It's really easy because of its ingredients. It is one part gin, sweet vermouth, and Campari. So, 1 part gin. And for these 1 parts, we're doing 1 ounce because this is going to end up being 3 ounces of alcohol, a slightly strong drink. Kitty keys. We are pouring it in a mixing tin, or the closest thing I have on hand at home to a mixing tin, full of ice. And then we are stirring it until it is chilled. I put too much ice in there. Now, the proper mixing tin, a good way to know when the drink is chilled is when you start feeling the condensation on the outside. Usually it doesn't take long, especially if you're shaking. So I can go here, I can see I'm leaving little condensation streaks or cleaning off the condensation. It feels cold to the touch, good enough for me. And then I'm going to take a strainer. So again, I don't have the proper mixing tin and strainer. And we're going to strain this over fresh ice, 1 extra large ice cube. And there you go. That is all it takes to make a Negroni. This recipe this cocktail is subject to a lot of modifications. You can alter the type of vermouth for a different taste. You can change gin up for a couple of other spirits. And you can get a cat off the table. But that is a classic Negroni. Enjoy, and I'll see you in the vault. So, all the other shots are 2 to a specific stat, or +2 to a specific stat. Whereas Cannibal Style is +1 to all of the stats.
I mean, it's more stats overall, but I kind of feel like 2 to a specific stat is probably more valuable.
I don't know. I usually go with Cannibal Style. Oh, I forgot. I wanted to check up on Slab. Yeah, he's still dead over there.
Yeah.
Nope, nobody's moved him. I also realized I missed some dialogue options with Dick, so let's get some more wisdom from Dick.
Is a problem have, or in this case, reduced by 2/3. So what's on your mind? If it's something big, don't tell us, since technically we'll be taking on the majority of the problem. I'm retired, you inconsiderate brat.
So we asked him about the cooler, but we can ask him about kind of the world in general as
something
well.
of a man of the world. Well, a small part of it. But I've accrued enough mileage in my life to know a thing or two about a thing or two. In case you are enumerate, that is a potential maximum of 4 things. What would you like to know, lowly lowlife?
So we could ask him about all of the cities that get mentioned.
Barstown, huh? Small place. Mean place. It is as advertised, and there's not a great deal there, but what's in the name? In terms of the regional economy, their major import is booze, and their major export is very dilute urine and bumbling inebriated pinheads. They make 'em tough, though. In case you ever meet a Barstown boy, don't underestimate them. Physically, at least. Mentally, they're even more deficient than the rest of you. Constant inebriation does not tend to make men acute. Between the low-level drunkards, the chimps, and the servicemen, it takes a special kind of brainless oaf to make it in Barstown. And that kind is tough as a 1 TP snake steak. See, not only is Barstown a major stop on Route 666, but it was home to a number of large military installations.
All the other
Well, you're
areas
here,
are
aren't
puns
you?
that I know of.
Why do you
I
need
don't
me to
actually know
tell
what
you?
Barstown's supposed
Welcome
to be.
the north. The people are drunk and stupid. No,
I would have
sorry,
assumed
I'm
it was
just a bit
Boston,
cranky.
but it can't be.
I'm
Can't be.
underselling them.
They have a dialect of their own creation, grating and juvenile.
Christ, don't remind me. Here and in Frisky, hell of this and hell of that. Like they have some affection for ancient Greece. The youth of today is just rotten and worthless throughout. The Oni is nice.
It's a really good line.
We have law, order, and the entrepreneurial spirit of gun running. You have to take the rough with the smooth. You do, I mean. It's not a generalization. I have this great TP after all.
So we could ask him about even more, but we've got things to do. We'll come back and talk to. Oh, I forgot about Jim Atomic.
Voiced rat. You know, the kids aren't wholly to blame.
That's your name.
I'd say it's about 90% their fault, 3%
Definitely
luck,
not
2%
Fallout
roll,
themed.
and the remainder is that low-bred dimwit.
The radio has quickly become an integral part of daily life.
He has a stranglehold on the media that must be broken or the Western wastes are going down the drain. And by God, I'm gonna fight that son of a bitch the only way I can. By complaining bitterly and hoping someone else takes up the cause.
His ways and means at present remain unknown.
He's under someone's protection, and someone's funding him. I just don't know who. Just stop and think what we'd be faced with if anybody with a decent head on their pelvis got control of that broadcast. Good God, there'd be no power in the world that could... I mean, imagine it. Christ.
Okay, so oh, I think I'm done with Dick for now. Yes. Okay. It's the problem with recording ahead of time and then drinking and then drinking some more and then recording later.
Yeah.
Drink review, by the way. Negroni. I hope you like bitter or bitters in your cocktails. Not for me. Like I've said, I like sweet things. It grew on me as I sipped more of it, but my first initial reaction was a pass. So your tastes may vary.
Yeah, it is a very bitter drink overall.
Yeah. Also, smash cut, bottom of the dormitories here. This was a run where I was planning on getting to the generators and starting the recording, but I ran into Guzzle Gun, which is just a huge quality of life hangover. It gets rid of the slowdown after you eat junk food, which is just a way I heal all the time. It even gives you a little bit of a buff for it. But mostly it just prevents you from slowing to a crawl after eating junk food. So,
I mean, 3 hit ain't nothing.
no, but I think it's only about 15 seconds. So we're going to drink this, and much like in a courier run, we're mysteriously going to wake up on the next floor down. Yeah. Some good editing right there.
Don't knock yourself over.
Yeah. So this is actually a completely different run than drinking the Guzzle Gun. Obviously, that takes you back home. You know how that works. I just felt slick doing that. So we're re-entering the generators for the second time. I'm a bit better prepared. I have a few more hangovers. I don't have bleary eyes, which is a big help.
Well, that solved itself.
Yeah. I really do enjoy just letting problems take care of themselves.
Also, it's going to be somewhat unavoidable, but there will be some mild background noise.
What, from our drinks?
Well, I mean, besides that.
Oh.
I mean, I assumed if somebody was bothered by that, they would have complained by now.
Is there a wild hippopotamus in your background?
Uh-huh.
Ah, whatever. Look, they asked for more cat, so I just put my cat in my drink builds now. If only I could get him over here and have him, actually, meowing in the microphone during the recordings. Except your cat is a mostly quiet cat. He's only very recently started to learn that squeaking, or he has very high-pitched meows, because he's probably not used to talking to people, gets him outside. a lot faster than just kind of shuffling around and scratching at anything.
Yeah, Hippo hasn't learned any constructive vocalization.
Just loud borks.
Well, she just turned 5 months, which is... So this is a little bit of background. We were looking at puppy training and obedience stuff.
Right.
The scheduling for it didn't work out. And most places won't do puppy obedience training after 5 months.
Oh, really?
And I didn't really understand why.
Mm.
And it had been many years since we had Erica.
Right. Just
I'm reminded why they don't do obedience training after 5 months.
Oh, okay.
Because that's when they become toddlers.
Oh.
Or adolescents. And
They
it's
just-
all straight up, I do what I want, fuck you, Dad.
Enemy spotted.
They just become untrainable.
Mhm.
That's unfortunate.
It is just a thing that has to be learned through. They're basically teenagers.
Okay. Oh man, I was tempted to drink this one.
That's such a nice... it's not even really all that good, but you can get up to 20 inventory slots, and that is just so excessive.
Yeah, like, they could have capped that at like 3 or 5, and that would have been more than enough. But I feel like they just understood, like, the player base just wanting all of the inventory space, and just said, you know what, fine, fuck it, have 10 of these. Go wild.
I mean, there is some value to having even more inventory slots than you have. Not just in terms of, like, being able to stock loot, but that's more or less what you'd be doing.
You could have I don't know. You know, I don't think I've ever tried having multiple stacks of the same thing. I don't think you can do that, so...
You can't.
Yeah.
So every one of those, basically, the first couple is you carry another weapon and another ammo type.
Right, yeah.
Which is actually quite nice.
Yeah.
It gives you a reason to pack a shotgun.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, I'd like to
An
carry a
energy
shotgun.
weapon. But more than a couple is pretty limited in actual utility. I guess you could carry more healing item, food type things.
There are so many different states of matter you can have bread in. Like, we've only discovered liquid bread so far. I think we've seen the recipe for solid bread back at home. But just wait until we get to gaseous bread.
I'm old enough for plasma bread.
Oh no.
Super fluid bread.
Non-Newtonian bread. Whew. I always get worried about the shotgun baddies. They get a good hit on you, and they can kind of juggle you, like you've seen me do to other people with the Grand.
I don't remember if the shotgun counts individually damage or
Oh, yeah.
all one big hit.
Oh, it just shoots like 7 individual projectiles.
Well, I imagine you've got enough armor and it's not hugely threatening.
Depends on the shot, the spread. Remember the sawed-off shotgun trap I backed up in front of the other day?
That is true.
Yeah. I don't know if the trap fired both barrels at the same time. I would assume so, since it did like 90 damage.
I feel like the traps do more damage than the actual guns.
They might.
Because, like, you can run into an Emma Grand trap that certainly does more than one shot's worth.
Well, even me headshotting people, I'm getting, what, about 14, maybe 20 if I'm really lucky on a headshot?
Yeah, but I feel like the Emma Grand traps will do, like, without the benefit of a headshot, they'll just do, like, 30 40.
Oh. It's been a while since
It's
I've
been a
played
while.
it, yeah. Like, there's something to be said for science and, you know, validating your hypothesis. I don't want to walk in front of a loaded Emma Grand trap, really. One day I'll have enough tinker to get ammo out of traps. That's a lie. I'll never have that much tinkering.
It's really, like, Tinker is nice to have, but it's just that there isn't enough incentive.
Yeah.
It's shoot for energy weapons, but how many energy weapons have you seen used so far in the LP?
Well, by me, none, because I don't have a good supply access to power packs.
Yeah, I mean, it was sort of a rhetorical question.
Oh.
Sort of a dialogue with the viewer.
Right. That does remind me of something I had my friend tell me in an FPS like 20 years ago, that the best weapon that you can wield is whatever this weapon is that the enemies are dropping ammo for.
Yeah.
Now, not necessarily a verbatim rule about FPS, but, like, there's a reason I'm using the Rat-a-tat and not the Thompson. It's because I don't want to blow through rifle ammo on a submachine gun. You know.
Well, like we were talking in the previous video,
Yeah.
there's a reason why the Emigrant is such a great weapon, even if you don't have a ton of ammo for it. Because it doesn't use a ton of ammo.
Enemy spotted.
Ow. Oh, hey, speaking of energy weapons.
Yeah. You took a 20 damage shot from that Master Blaster.
Yeah, well, they ignore half of your armor. And they can do, what, 3 to 6?
No, he must have winged you in the face.
Yeah. Well, and then their stats. So NPCs have the same 5 stats that we do, by the way.
I never even knew that was a thing.
Yeah. That's what crippling their limbs or body parts does, is it will actually affect their stats.
Does that mean that NPCs are tinkered?
Yeah?
I don't know what stealth does for them.
Good question. I mean, if I was spitballing and programming it, I think enemy sneak would be their detection range of the player. Some sort of opposed sneak roll.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Opposed sneak roll, by the way.
Pretty good Steam name.
I was going to say Solid Snake's favorite sushi roll.
Sneak roll.
I mean, hopefully delicious. Oh god, there's another one. Oh, there's 2 more. What is going on out there?
Glowing mushroom and sashimi.
Oh yeah.
That actually does not sound appealing at all.
Actual snake meat.
If you're gonna feed me snake meat, it's going to have to be cooked.
Yeah, I think so. What about unagi? It's like the snake of the sea.
Oh, no, it's so good.
It is. By the way, this LP is sponsored by Dave the Diver. Really great game. Probably still on the Steam sale by the time this video gets out. Check it out. Unironically, the most amazing game I've played this year.
Legitimately Game of the Year 2023.
Yeah, like, it looked rather silly, and like it was gonna be kind of like a neat thing, but not being great. Like, it had elements that made me think it was gonna be Moonlighter, but a sushi restaurant. I.e., you play a diver, you shoot fish, you sell fish as food in the restaurant, you know, business thing. Like, Moonlighter was dungeon crawl, grab artifacts, sell artifacts. Everything Dave the Diver does is so extra. There's entirely more effort put into every little cutscene than has any reason to be put into it.
I think someone in chat described it as it's like everything Dave the Diver does is like incredibly high effort, high quality shitpost.
Yeah, right. It's like when we played Cursed Halo, but it's good.
I mean, Cursed Halo was good, it was just cursed.
It was very cursed. By the way, check out my Twitch page. I saved all of the Cursed Halo VODs as highlights. Oh, it was so painful. Absolutely worth going through, at least not going through with a friend. Don't do that alone. By the way, actually, it was a dog. Great drink. Really stupid drink, but great. It will actually just turn any enemy you shoot into a dog. I think you've seen trigger hoppy before. Nope, I value accuracy. Ah, the glow. I would drink this if we weren't here on a mission. This is great. Immune to radiation pools and can light stuff up. The glow is a great drink. Normally slam that every time. But we're going deeper. We're going to the cryo chambers.
See, I'm gonna disagree. It's not even all that good or all that meaningful. It's just nice to have. So you don't even have to think about it. Because without it, you've taken almost no damage from radiation pools.
Yeah.
And even if you have to run through them or jump through them, you take a couple points of damage. But it's just the peace of mind of just not even having to think about it.
Yeah.
Citadel, this is Purifier Star. Approaching drop-off point. Proceeding to purify all abominations. Look what squirted out of the clammy cheeks of the shitlands. Another dead waster looking to score some booze. Unfortunately for you, the Western Wastes are about to become a dry county. Well, mostly dry anyways, discounting the big old puddle of blood and piss I'll be turning you into. See, one thing we SOBs don't like is wasters like you drinking that radioactive sludge. Mutate yourself and taint the good Lord's perfect handiwork. You see, booze changes a man, turns him into a monster. I hate to break it to you, but there ain't no room for monsters in the Lord's kingdom. Looks like God's giving you a little more time to think about what you've done.
Never did like this heavy crap anyways. You see, this here's my baby. Got a real neat trick she can show you. See, you feed her one bullet, and she spits it out like it's two. Ricky shittin' she calls it. Just a fancy name for bullets pinging all over the place. What's the matter? You don't seem too impressed. Well, no matter. Impressing booze brains ain't my job. Eliminating them is. So why don't we quit flapping our gums and let our guns do the talking?
Ricky shitting. Also, hey, if you want some Metal Gear Solid in You're Wasted?
I mean, it's obvious. It's just... It feels like it's missing something. Like it's trying too hard.
Oh, I thought it was going to miss, like, the DARPA chief tied to a block of C4 or something.
Well, I mean, I was actually thinking about the arena. Like, yeah, like he runs away, he reloads.
There we go. Dodge this.
There's no... Yeah, no. Starts to jump.
You waster scum. SOB's already won. You just don't know it yet.
Star, this is Citadel requesting an update on the Muty situation. Looks like CA1's been compromised. Any remaining purifiers still inside the cooler, get down to the cryo chambers. Got us a heathen that needs to be shown the light. The rest of you, regroup with the cure carrier and head back to Citadel. You will not be administering the cure in Sacramento. I repeat, the cure will not be deployed.
Waster, we don't have much time. The purifiers are already on their way. Take the administrator's secure disk from Star and head to the back of the cryo chamber. There, you'll find a terminal which will let you access the cooler's hidden technology chamber. Get inside and activate the Serpent Protocol. It's the only way you're getting out of here alive. Good luck.
This episode brought to you by the Chasing a Rabbit Dream.
So, not only is this definitely Ocelot, but his revolver is just called Ocelot. Also, we get his power armor.
Yeah, the power armor is it's a whole outfit, so it's not as good as it seems, but it's a nice general purpose thing.
Yeah. Also, hey there, guy on the radio. That's definitely not Mayday's voice actor just trying to be a little bit more grizzled or gruff.
Well, I mean, this was an Adult Swim funded game.
Yeah. So, welcome to the technology vault that is definitely not a reference to a Garden of Eden creation kit thing or anything like that. This is legally distinct.
So the whole Nation Foundation kit is that these are tools that are necessary for founding a nation.
Yeah. What we have available to us is maybe a little bit short of such lofty goals. Although, in a wasteland, a refuse or waste disposal facility that's not reliant on plumbing or anything like that, actually probably pretty useful.
That's just magic.
I mean, look, wait, no, dysentery is what makes you shit. Cholera. What's the one
Also
where
makes you shit.
Right. No, I'm trying to think of what the Oregon Trail disease was. That's basically you drank water that was contaminated, usually by people shitting too close to it. Oh, that is dysentery? Okay, good. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Dysentery is pretty common when you drink water from, like, anywhere except for where you grew up. Because you tend to be acclimated historically to the stuff in the rivers where you lived. And one of the problems, and going back to why the Romans are so successful, is that without any method of water treatment, you will get sick traveling, drinking local water. It's going to happen. It's just, in the modern day, we don't drink untreated local water anymore.
Right.
Mostly.
I also just love how blatantly badly thought out this was. It's just like, yeah, we're just gonna launch, like, 2 people up to the surface. And also there's this stuff in here. But we can only take 1 thing out and leave 2 things behind, and then it's gonna seal itself, and why can't we take everything? I don't know. Just everything.
Specifically the Serpent Protocol, in case of catastrophic takeover.
Right.
Theoretically, if everything were going well and you had time,
right,
you wouldn't have to use the Serpent Protocol to escape, and you could just take everything out.
Yeah, okay.
But there's purifiers coming.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, good point. So we have a choice to make.
Incredible advantages.
Yeah, incredible advantages. We get to select one of these 3 things to take home and install in our home. We can only take one of these 3. The other 2 are sealed up and lost forever. Sometimes these choices have real, actual game benefits and advantages. Sometimes it's complete rubbish. Our choices here are the excrement throne, which lets you remove a hangover, like
excretor throne.
Excretor throne.
The excrement throne would be a toilet made out of poop.
Whatever. And that lets you get rid of hangovers. But it lets you get rid of random hangovers. And if you're not taking bad hangovers just to escape the vault, not really necessary. The chemistry set, actually kind of useful. It will very occasionally duplicate a type of drug. You have to feed it a sample first, so we feed it a med stim, and then every day it'll make like a med stim every 24 hours. I have never taken the mannequins before, so I just decided, fuck it, we're taking the mannequins.
Yeah, the medicine is not really hugely useful.
Nah.
Like, it's nice, it's objectively good, but it doesn't have much impact.
Looks like you've made it. Good. A fine mess you've made down there. The Syndicate comms channels are buzzing with excitement. Well, not so much excitement as... let's just say the SOB ain't too happy about having to resort to Plan B. Especially since Plan B involves a long, hot trek down to the southern edge of the western wastes. But I'm saying too much. The word will get around soon enough, of that I'm sure. As for me, well, ain't like the new skellies to stay out in the sun for too long. But I'm sure our paths will cross again, Waster.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay, relax and breathe. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Okay, just breathe. Oh God, is this what a dead person smells like? I'm gonna. Okay, just take it easy. It's just a dead person. There's nothing wrong with stealing from the dead. It moved! Wait, you're alive? I mean, thank God, you're alive! Whew. But wait, what was that smell then? Well, you don't remember? Well, geez, I suppose you wouldn't. What with being shot up 1,000 feet into the air in that tin can? Yeah, that metal heap you're lying in. What a sight. Well, at least from the outside. But I suppose you were too busy blacking out from the turbulence. The radio's been buzzing about the 2 unidentified flying objects that shot out of the cooler, went straight up into the sky, and then all the way back down again. First, people were scared, but then they were reminded of 2 glistening cans of booze. Got drunk, stopped caring. But not me, not old Pinky. Well, yeah. No, well, sort of.
Hey, do you remember you were asking about where the 4th guy was that was robbing us at the very beginning?
But I don't remember when I was born, so... Anyways, seeing as you're not dead, I guess there's no reason to rob you. I mean, that's just straight-up robbery as far as I'm concerned. And us new boys, we're principled. We're the new generation of raiders, socially aware. Yeah. Speaking of which, have you seen my pals around? We were supposed to meet here a while back. 3 incredibly strong-looking dudes. Unless you were intentionally averting your gaze from their big, throbbing muscles.
You know what? I don't feel like he would believe me.
Well, maybe they headed down to CA2. Well, I don't see why the boys would bother wasting their time on yesterday's cooler, after all. Yeah, word on the buzz is that they found a new cooler somewhere in the southern tip of the western wastes, all the way down near Sandy Crap Show. Cooler CA2, it's called. And apparently it's cram-stuffed with fresh, ice-cold booze. Oh, and flesh-melting deathbots and banditos decked out in military-grade weaponry, but hey, you gotta die a little to live a little, am I right? Gotta get shot to get a shot, right? Right? Well, that's not to keep the rest of the boys waiting. You know, the new boys, that new gang I'm a part of. I'll be on my way now, Waster. Say, which way south again?
I don't know if this choice matters, but let's be nice to him.
Great, thanks. And, any other wasters you see, you let them know that the socially aware new boys aren't wussies, and you totally saw them fearlessly rob a dead body without even a second thought. Okay? Namaste, Waster.
You ever see the movie The Warriors?
Very long time ago.
Do you remember the Orphans?
Not off the top of my head.
It's
been more than 20 years.
Yeah, I'm sure. The main cast are going through, other gangs' territories trying to get home. And they come across, this gang territory called the Orphans. And if the name doesn't give it away, they're not a particularly good gang or anything. And they brag about stuff they didn't do or stuff that's so mild any real bopper wouldn't care about. But one of them even has, an article of, a vandalism or robbery they committed in their pocket, ready to show at a moment's notice to be like, yeah, we're a real gang, look at this. And, the Warriors are just like, you guys are just fucking jokes. Pinky just reminds me of that. So this is actually the first time I've ever picked the mannequins. So I'm going to play with them for a little bit. I'm going to dress them up, I guess. Investigate what they do, which is just wear clothes and a weapon. which is great because we can we can do that. I'm very easily entertained. Sorry. We could put on the Type C bikini armor on a mannequin.
I don't know what I was expecting, but I'm pretty sure it was that.
Yeah, I mean, it really should have been that.
It's not like a practical thing, but one of the benefits of the mannequins, insofar as there is a benefit, is organization.
Yeah. If you wanted multiple armor sets, yeah, you could just put them out there.
Well, I mean, basically, you decorate the mannequin with a kit.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to worry about, like, pulling it out of a chest or whatever. It's just, it's ready to go.
Yeah, yeah.
It's extremely thin.
Yeah. I need some piece of headwear for that one. Oh, but here's the Ocelot, which I'm definitely going to use in the next cooler. I'm going to have to buy some ammo for it. But it ignores 4 armor and has pretty good damage. And it also ricochets.
That's less useful than you might imagine.
Oh, it is, but it is a chance to turn a miss into a hit.
Unfortunately, and I feel like this is the sort of thing that's better described with diagrams, the odds of a miss being turned into a hit with a weapon that ricochets once are almost 0.
Yeah. Still, it's a fun gun. It packs a punch. Yeah. It ignores a lot of armor. And we'll actually start seeing revolver ammo pretty commonly in the next vault. Cooler. Legally distinct. Cooler.
Yeah, legally distinct.
Right. So, see you next time. We're going to San Diego or Sandy Crap Show.
Freeze frame on this.